and sisters, what is happening, man? Good afternoon. Guys, we are starting Act 4. I'll be doing this act in 6 parts or 5 parts mostly. Aaj ka agenda is only 3 dialogues. We'll only do 3 main dialogues. Some of you who heard me right now must be thinking, sir, ye 3 dialogues to khatam ho gaya. Duke, what is Antonio? You're ready, so please your grace. Duke, I'm sorry for thee. So khatam? Nahin. 3 main dialogues. मतलब first side पे Antonio का dialogue, second side पे Duke का dialogue, third side पे Shylock का dialogue. उधर तक आज का एजेंडा है. पेज नंबर 113 Shylock का dialogue जहाँ खत्म होता है और पे आज का डेट अभी से ही डाल दो. 113 last line, are you answered? उधर लिखने का August the 2. Now that you know your deadline, मैराथन रन करना इजी पड़ जाता है थोड़ा क्योंकि फिनिशिंग लाइन इधर है, which means उतनी देर तुमको ध्यान देने का है. Also, I'll give you one disclaimer. Every dialogue is important today. Highly intense, super important, and if you lose focus even for a second, you're not gonna make a head or tail out of the rest of the dialogue. So focus. All right. If there's any distraction in your rooms, ask those people to leave. If you're on your phones, disable your notifications. And you need to have a pen in your hand, of course, because you'll have to mark things. Done? 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 Ready? Start karu? Full focus? Superb. All right. Pehla अपन लेंगे एक शगुन. That 1 mark जो मिलता है हर scene में. Where is the scene taking place? The scene takes place in Venice, a court of justice. Very important. We are introduced to the Duke for the first time. We know him because we've heard of him. We've heard of him in Act 3, Scene 3, when Celerio or Salrino, one of them, tell Antonio that the Duke will never let this forfeiture take place. And Antonio says no, but he can't refuse. You remember that dialogue, that exchange that happened? The Gavlo wala scene. So we've heard of the Duke. This guy is the judge. He is the one who will decide who gets what. He is clearly Antonio's friend, but because he's a man of law, he can't be biased towards Antonio. So that's the dialogue. He comes in and he's like, hey, Antonio, hai kya yahan pe? Yeah, Antonio, where are you? What is Antonio here? First line. And Antonio says, ready, so please your grace. Ready, so please your grace simply means present, sir. Your honor, your grace is your honor. Your honor, I'm right here. Duke's dialogue to Antonio. If I'm in your place, I would mark it point-wise. All right, look at the first point. I'm sorry for you. Simple. The Duke comes in and says, yeah, I'm so sorry for you, man. I'm sad for you. Sorry, sad. I'm sad for you. Why? Question mark. Why is the Duke sorry for Antonio? Antonio has come to answer. Thou is you. Art is have. You have come to answer a stony adversary. Point number 1. He calls Shylock a stone-hearted enemy. Adversary is an enemy, nemesis. So he calls Shylock a stony adversary. Point number 2. He calls Shylock an inhuman wretch. Inhuman is somebody who is miserable, a miserable, cruel person, inhuman wretch. Third, you've come to face somebody who is incapable of pity. Aradhna, already, I've not even completed the dialogue.
Sir, I'm not able to find the page.
Oh, होता है बच्चा, कभी डिसलेक्सिया होता है. रुक मैं तेको दिखाता हूँ. कोई बात नहीं. टेंशन नहीं लेने का. आराधना, I'm right here to help you out, बच्चा. Don't worry. बच्चा ऐसा कुछ दिख रहा है, ऐसा एक, इसको 110 बोलते हैं बच्चा. ये ऐसा दिखता है. ठीक है, ये नंबर्स ऐसा ढूंढने की ट्राई कर. ऐसा नंबर पेज पे, पेज नंबर ना बच्चा बुक के लेफ्ट कॉर्नर में, टॉप लेफ्ट में दिखेगा. तो 100 मिला, 110. हाँ, उसके सामने वाला पेज है बच्चे, उसको 111 पेज नंबर बोलते हैं. बिकॉज टेक्निकली नंबर्स में 110 के बाद 111 आता है. दैट्स व्हाट वी अज्यूम. वो वाला हम कर रहे हैं बच्चा. उसमें देख डायलॉग है, ड्यूक, DUKE, ड्यूक बात कर रहा है. Thank you. You have come to face a stony adversary. Point number 1. You've come to face an inhuman wretch. Point number 2. You've come to face somebody who's incapable of pity. Circle the word incapable. Somebody please help me understand over here. Is this right English or wrong English? The word incapable. Wrong English. What do we say today?
Incapable.
Incapable. Correct. In modern English. In old English, it's incapable. In the exam, however, in your answer, you'll write incapable. Okay, because it's a keyword. So you've come to face somebody who's incapable of pity. Point number 4. Somebody who's void and empty. Void and empty simply means empty. Empty from any dram of mercy. Dram, the smallest amount. Itno sa bhi mercy usme nahi hai. So I saw 4 points. 4 points said about Shylock. You have come to face a stone-hearted enemy. You've come to face an inhuman wretch. You've come to face a man who's not capable of showing any pity. You come to face a man who's empty from any emotion of mercy, any dram of mercy, any amount of mercy. Antonio is not scared. He's not even sorry. He is given up. Antonio's dialogue is super important for us because that shows you that Antonio is a negative person who's given up all hopes and aspirations. He says, I have heard that your grace, malab you, your honor. I've heard that your honor, your grace, hath is had, have, ta'en is taken. You have taken great pains. Great pains is great efforts. I know that you have taken great efforts to qualify. Underline the word qualify. Change. To change his rigorous course. Underline rigorous course. Stubborn demands, his stubborn legal demands. I know that the Duke, as in you, have taken great pains, great efforts in order to change Shylock's stubborn legal demands. Before I read ahead, I want to ask you guys, is that true? Has the Duke taken great pains? I don't see you guys nodding your heads or yes, no, no. So I'm saying no. Who's saying yes? Chinmay also said no. The Duke has not actually taken great pains, right? Wrong, you goof-ups. Act 3, Scene 2. मैं Celerio या Salino जो भी Venice में है, page number 99. Page number 99 निकालो. Line number 284. 20 merchants, the Duke himself, and the magnificors of the greatest port have all persuaded with him. What does that tell you? That the Duke has earnestly tried changing Shylock's mind. But Shylock is stubborn, so he didn't agree. What I just asked you is exactly how board questions are. You feel that they are tough. They are not. They're actually very simple. You just have to draw comparisons to the previous scene. So my question over here at this point would be, what does Antonio tell the Duke? Is it true? So you'll have to support it with an example that, yes, it's true. We witnessed it in Act 3, Scene 2. All right. So you need to know it. Anyway, coming back to this one. You have taken great pains to qualify his rigorous cause, but since he's Shylock, since Shylock stands obdurate, underline the word obdurate, stubborn. Since Shylock stands stubborn, and I know that no lawful means, underline lawful, legal. I know that no legal means is methods. No legal methods can carry me, rescue me. No legal method can rescue me from his envy's reach. I'm here to oppose my patience to his fury. Inversion hai, ulta padna. I'm here to oppose his fury with my patience. I know that no legal method can save me. I know that Shylock is stubborn, obdurate, obstinate, which is why I'm here to face his fury with my patience. Fury matlab anger. Patience matlab patience. And I'm armed to suffer, incomplete line. Suffer pe question mark dal. Suffer what? What am I armed to suffer? Armed is prepared. I'm prepared to suffer. But suffer what? Suffer the very tyranny and rage of his. Last line. I know I missed a line, but hold on. I'm here to suffer his tyranny and rage. Tyranny matlab cruelty and rage is anger. And how will I suffer? Quietly. So quietness of spirit matlab quietly. So I'm armed to suffer quietly his anger and his cruelty. So no matter what Shylock does, I am mentally prepared. Chuck it, do whatever he wants to do. Let him do whatever he wants to do. I'm here to die. First side over, scan through and ask me doubts, please. Read it in a flow as if no teachers around you and tell me if you understood it.
Sir, can you repeat the meaning of incapable of pity?
Yeah, he's not capable of showing pity. Incapable is not capable. Shylock is somebody who's not capable of showing pity. Pity is sympathy, mercy, forgiveness, kindness. When you're done, flip the page. Done? No doubts? We are done with one main dialogue. We are left with two main dialogues for the day. All right. The second dialogue is of the Duke, not this one. ये तो वो है, वो शामू को बोलता है, शामू जा जाके शाइलॉक को बुला के ला. Go one, call the Jew into the court. किसी को बोलता है जाके बुला के ला उसको. Sir, वो इधर ही है, बाहर है, चाय पी रहा है. ये शाइलॉक इधर आ. He is ready at the door, so he comes here. Enter Shylock. अभी Duke एक dialogue मारता है. First, ये dialogue के बाद में लिखो V. फिर एक और लिखो V. फिर लिखो IMP, which in English means very, very important. The Duke's dialogue. Before I read the dialogue with you, let me tell you, essay, what's happening in the dialogue. It's a very cool tactic, reverse psychology. You know, you make somebody feel that he's so nice, so kind. Don't actually mean it, but you make him feel that. So the Duke tries it. The Duke calls Shylock and says, Shylock, look, the world thinks, and I think so too. We all think, all the people in the court think that you are just putting on this act of wickedness ऐसे ही डराने के लिए, हूल पट्टी देने के लिए. We don't think you are that cruel, yeah, Shylock. We think you are putting on this act of wickedness till the last minute. But when the time comes to actually take a pound of flesh, we think that you are going to show kindness and you'll show remorse and you'll show forgiveness, which is not expected of Shylock. So it's going to be strange when a person like Shylock shows mercy. The Duke goes on to say, furthermore, I also think that you will not only forgive Antonio about his pound of flesh, but because you're such an awesome stud, you will also let go of a moiety of his principal. The word moiety matlab a portion of the principal. What's the principal amount? Ungli se dikhao zara. 3,000 ducats. Correct. So we think you let go of a major part of 3,000 ducats also because you're such an amazing person. This is your chance to be a big guy, Shylock. Consider all the losses that Antonio has been through and change your nature. ये क्या है ये barbaric nature of taking a pound of flesh and stuff, huh? Be a hero. Let him go. Forgive his penalty and also let go of 3,000 ducats and be the hero in the court today. What do you say? You want to go ahead with this? Can I just wrap this case up right now? Then Shylock speaks. But before that, this was the Duke's attempt at changing Shylock's mind. A weak attempt. It was stupid. We could obviously sense that he doesn't care much about Shylock. All right. So let's look at the dialogue line wise. Make room. Let him stand before our face. So Shylock, come, stand here. Shylock, the world thinks and I think so too. Simple English. We all think. We all think. We all think what? We all think that thou, I'm hoping you guys, 10th graders at this point, are not always writing the meaning of the word thou, thee, thy. By now, you guys should have known all those words. अगर नहीं पता है, तो एक बार पोस्ट-इट पे चिपका दो, पर अभी सबको पता होना चाहिए. Thou is you. Thy is also your. Thee is you. Thine is your. So thy and thine is your. Thou and thee. I pray thee. Thee is you. Thou is you. Dost is dot. Dost, dot is do. Does. Hath is has, have. Different forms, basically. But now you should get that keyword in your head, all right? So you know, all right? So, Shylock, the world thinks, and I think so too, that you are, underline the word but, right on are. You are putting on, underline the word leadest. The word leadest means putting on. In English, it's leading, to lead someone on, which means to put on. You are putting on this fashion, underline the word fashion, pretense. You are putting on this pretense of wickedness, malice. Malice is wickedness. We think you are putting on this act of wickedness, this pretense of wickedness to the last hour of the act.
Sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Circle the word act, put a question mark. 1 mark के लिए मैं पूछ सकता हूँ RTC में, what act is the Duke referring to? If you have the space over there, write down the act of taking a pound of flesh. And then it is thought that you, thou, again is you, will show mercy and remorse. Keywords: circle mercy, circle remorse. More strange. Once again, trivia question. Strange, stranger, strangest, or strange, more strange, most strange in modern English. Which one? Second one? गलत है. Modern English में strange, stranger, strangest हम बोलते हैं. But old English में strange, more strange and most strange बोलते हैं. ये old English है. Okay? So he says, you will show mercy and remorse, stranger, जब हम आंसर लिख रहे हैं, than your strange apparent cruelty. Unlike apparent cruelty. Again, put a question mark. I have two questions. एक का आंसर मैं दूंगा, एक तुम लोग बोलोगे. First question. What cruelty are we talking about over here? Answer मैं दे रहा हूं. The cruelty over here is the act of taking a pound of flesh. Second question जिसका आंसर तुम दोगे, सोच के जरा. Why is it called apparent cruelty? Common English question. Apparent cruelty. Yes, Ananya.
Yes, sir. It's called apparent cruelty because they are trying to make him believe that it's a cruelty only for namesake, that he will not go through with it at the end.
Deep, nice. He won't go through with it. Nice. Because it hasn't happened yet. Correct, Ananya? So it appears to be cruelty. It's not actually happened, and we don't think that you're capable of that cruelty. That's why apparent cruelty. Brilliant. Loved it. Thank you. Yes. It's called apparent cruelty because he hasn't actually done it yet. He might do it. Okay. So he's saying, and then we look at the whole sentence. He says, you will show mercy and regret. You will show mercy and forgiveness. Remorse. Remorse is regret. You will feel sorry about what you did. More strange. Why is it strange? Because someone like Shylock cannot be expected to show mercy. So if you show mercy, that's definitely going to be strange. In fact, it's going to be stranger than the strange demand of yours. This pound of flesh or the demand is a very strange demand. Nobody has ever asked for it. But stranger than that will be someone like you shows mercy. All right. I'm going to give you a second to wrap your head around this dialogue until here. We'll cut this dialogue in parts and do it. ये cruelty तक एक बार देख लो फटाफट से. Quick. Can I go on to the next part of the dialogue? Same dialogue going on. It's a long dialogue. All right. Cool. And where thou now, the meaning of where thou now is where at this moment. Where at this moment you want this penalty. Exact the penalty matlab. Where at this moment you want the penalty. Exact is demanding. Circle the word penalty. Put a question mark. What does the word penalty refer to? I'm not asking you. The answer is already given. Next line. Which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, thou will not only lose. You know, whenever I start a question with where at this moment, I obviously know I'm going to draw comparisons. Where at this moment you're doing this, next moment you'll be doing that. That's how the sentence construction is, skeleton is. All right. So that's the same skeleton over here. Where at this moment you want the penalty, you're demanding a penalty, which is a pound of this poor merchant's flesh, you will not only lose, circle the word lose, give up. You will not only give up the forfeiture. Forfeiture is the same as penalty. The answer is the line above that. A pound of this poor merchant's flesh. But you'll be touched with human gentleness and love, and you'll forgive. Unlike the word forgive, forgive is the same as lose, which means give up. You will give up a moiety. Unlike the word moiety, a part of, a percentage of, a portion of the principal. Unlike the word principal, write down 3,000 ducats. Third part of the dialogue. Like I said, also you should be reading it in parts only, so it becomes easier for you to remember. All right. So वहाँ पे एक line draw कर लो ताकि तुम्हारा third part चालू हो जाए. You will glance an eye of pity. Unlike glance an eye of pity. Glance an eye of pity. कितने words हुए? 5 words हुए? Pressy writing सीखते हैं इस second पे. 5 words के बदले में एक word मेरे को चाहिए to make my paragraph look shorter. The word I'll go with, consider. Unlike all the 5 words together, make it one word. Consider. You will consider his losses that have of late, recently, huddled on his back. huddled on his back, मतलब gathered on his back, which is enow. Enow is Old English. I love this word. It means enough. But look at how cute the word sounds. Enow. Enow is enough. Enough. Which is enough to press a royal merchant down. A royal merchant, love any royal merchant. The losses that Antonio has been facing are enough to press is defeat any royal merchant. So we want you to pluck commiseration. Underline pluck commiseration. Sympathize or show sympathy. Either word you can go with. Show sympathy or sympathize. You will sympathize with his state, his condition. Now you need to write something. From ke aage likho, you will change. So then your sentence becomes easier to read. You will change from, point number 1, brassy bosoms. Point number 2, rough hearts of flint. Point number 3, stubborn Turks and Tartars. Or 2 ke aage likho, into offices of tender courtesy. All right. It's very simple to understand. All right. He says, we think at this point that you will show sympathy towards Antonio's state, and you will change from being a person with this, and this into a person showing kindness. All right. So that's the formation of the sentence. So first part, you will change from being somebody with brassy bosoms. Brassy comes from the word brass. Brass is a metal. Bosom is heart. So cold-hearted. You'll change from being someone who has a cold and hard heart. A heart like brass, a heart like metal, cold and hard. You will change from being a person with a heart of flint. Heart of flint, but a heart of stone. Flint is stone. You will change from acting like Turks and Tartars never trained, but uncivilized. Uncivilized Turks and Tartars. Turks and Tartars were a clan that were always at war with each other. Barbaric people who believed in violence and killing each other. So he's saying, stop acting like those people. So we think you'll change from being a person with brassy bosoms, person who's hard-hearted, person who's acting like Turks and Tartars who are uncivilized, into offices. Unlike offices, acts. ACTS, acts. Into acts of tender courtesy. You will change into somebody who shows acts of kindness. Tender courtesy is kindness. We all expect a gentle answer, Shylock. Kya bolta hai? That's the dialogue. We are done with 2 major dialogues. If you have no doubts, if you have doubts, ask me now, because once I start with Shylock's dialogue, I will not entertain doubts from this page or the page before this. So time लो और doubts पूछो. कहीं सो मत जाना. तुम लोग ऐसे नीचे देख रहे हो, मेरे को पता नहीं चला तुम पढ़ रहे हो कि सो रहे हो. एक काम करो, हो जाए तो ऐसे करना सिर्फ, ताकि मेरे को पता चले हो गया भाई सबका. हो गया. लाब्दी गाना गा रही है. लाब्दी गाना खत्म बचा? अच्छा हो गया. वही तो पूछ रहा हूँ. आर्या, अनन्या डन, परी डन, दिव्या डन. नाइस. सो हम आर्या बेचारे डन, चिन्मय डन, अर्जुन भाई साहब डन. हाँ तू आधा दिख रहा ना, तेरा हाथ दिखा नहीं मेरे को. हाँ बाकी युग डन. युग तेरे को पता है लोग हाथ ऊपर क्यों कर रहे हैं ना, कि तू ऐसे ही बस क्राउड के साथ हाथ ऊपर कर रहा है?
नहीं सर मालूम है.
गुड. चलो लेट्स फिनिश दिस ऑफ. लास्ट डायलॉग बहुत टेढ़ा मेढ़ा है भाई. जो मैं बोलता हूं वो मैं करता हूं, जो मैं नहीं बोलता हूं वो मैं डेफिनेटली करता हूं. मैं सब कुछ करता हूं. सिंपल. ये पूरा डायलॉग जो है शाइलॉक का, आई हैव पोजेस्ड से लेके आर यू आंसर्ड, एक लाइन में द डायलॉग इज आई हेट एंटोनियो. दैट्स द डायलॉग. बट उसके लिए हम लोग इतना लंबा डायलॉग पढ़ेंगे. डायलॉग का मीनिंग ये है, आई हेट एंटोनियो, बट इट्स अ लॉन्ग डायलॉग. ठीक है? रेडी टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ आई हेट एंटोनियो कैन बी रिटन एज एन एसे. I have possessed your grace of what I purpose. I have already informed your honor of what I want. क्यों time waste कर रहे हो? Your grace is you, as in the judge, duke. Possessed is informed. What I purpose मतलब desire of what I want. And by a holy Sabbath I swear. Holy Sabbath को online कर. The 7th Saturday of the Jewish calendar. It's an auspicious day. Basically he's saying मैं एकादशी की कसम खाता हूं, मंगलवार की कसम. आई शपथ भगवान कसम, मैं माइंड चेंज नहीं कर सकता. आई ऑलरेडी स्वर्न एन ओथ दैट आई विल ओनली टेक द ड्यू एंड फॉरफिट ऑफ माय बॉन्ड. आई विल ओनली टेक द पेनल्टी ऑफ माय बॉन्ड. अब हो गया, अब मैं बॉन्ड के हिसाब से ही चलेगा भाई. भगवान को कसम खा लिया मैंने. So I have sworn by a holy Sabbath. All right. Sabbath is the Saturday, the 7th day of the Jewish calendar. Why is that important? One mark ke liye pooch sakte hai. Okay. The allusion of Sabbath. All right. So I will have the due and forfeit of my bond. If you deny it, it over here refers to the due and forfeit of his bond. If you deny it, let danger light, unlike the word light, fall. Let danger fall upon your charter. Charter is constitution. And your city's freedom. Write down reference to Act 3, Scene 3. You will ask me why I rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than receive 3,000 ducats. बोला मैं जानता हूं सब लोग कोर्ट में अभी सोच रहे हैं भाई पैसा मिल रहा है उसके लिए तू एक rotten flesh ले रहा है. Carrion is rotten flesh. So I'm sure you're wondering, huh? So but here's my answer. I have no answer. वो थग लाइफ मोड में चल रहा है अभी, वो सबकी ले रहा है. बोल रहा मैं बताऊंगा ही नहीं, मेरी मर्जी, बस ये मेरा आंसर है. मजा आया तुमको? ये मेरा आंसर है, मेरा मन, मेरी मर्जी, मेरे को जो मन होगा मैं करेगा. ठीक है? It's literally that, genuinely. That's the dialogue. He says, I'll not answer that, but I'll simply say it's my humor. Underline the word humor. Humor has nothing to do with sense of humor. In Merchant of Venice, the word humor is whim, W-H-I-M. And if you don't know what whim means, you can write a simpler word for it, mood. It's my mood. Whim, mood, humor. All right? Mehi marzi. Is it answered? Are you satisfied with my answer? No? All right. Let me give you an example. Maybe you'll understand what I'm trying to say. What if there's a rat in my house? And I'm irritated with that rat, but I'm willing to spend 10,000 ducats to get that rat poisoned. Now, are you satisfied? You like my answer? No? Okay. All right. How about this? There are some people who hate pork. There are some people who hate cats. There are some people who can't stand the sound of a bagpipe. Now, are you getting what I'm trying to say? People in the court are all looking at Shylock like he's gone mad. Like, what is he ranting? Like, how is this connected? But then he says something which makes all of us realize how horrible Antonio is as a person. All right. Before we reach that line, let's look at what Shylock's trying to say. He says, you'll ask me why I'd rather choose to have a weight of carrion flesh than to receive 3,000 ducats. I'm not going to answer that. I'll simply say it's my humor. It's my whim. It's my mood. Are you answered? What if my house is troubled with a rat? Rat ke baaju mein likho 1, first example. And I am pleased malab okay with. I'm ready to. I'm pleased with giving 10,000 gold coins, ducats, to have that one rat baned. Baned malab poisoned. Are you answered yet? Some men there are, point number 2. There are some men who love not, malab don't like, a gaping pig. Unlike gaping pig, a roasted pig. Roasted pig is pork. So gaping pig is pork. There are some people who don't like pork. Some, third point, some that are mad. Mad malab get angry if they look at a cat. Behold. Behold is look at. Others, point number 4, when the bagpipe sings in the nose, malab the nasal sound of the bagpipe. You guys know how a bagpipe plays, right? That Scottish people, they play the bagpipe. It's got a very weird sound. It's got, all right? So some people can't tolerate the sound of the bagpipe, cannot contain themselves. Because it's an ICSE textbook, the dialogue is edited. In real Shakespeare's work, that sentence, when you complete the sentence said that some people, when they listen to the sound of the bagpipe, they have a strong urge to urinate. They have a strong urge to go to the toilet. Look, आवाज सुन के उनको पी करना जरूरी है. But obviously, ICSE, unless it was Gaumutra, they would have said about it. But यहाँ पे ऐसा they can't talk about these things. So they've just written contain themselves. In your exams, you'll simply write that much, contain themselves. For understanding, you'll simply say they can't tolerate it. They can't tolerate the sound of the bagpipe. Okay. The philosophy that I was talking about starts here. Mark it. For is because. Affection. I want you to underline the word affection. Bracket mein likho emotion. Your emotion is the mistress of passion. Underline mistress of. Dominates. Your emotion dominates your passion. Underline the word passion. Jahan bhi gap milta hua fit karke likho action. Your emotions control your actions. That's what the line says. And sways it, underline the word it. P likho, bracket mein. P for passion. Sways matlab controls. Controls it, matlab controls your passion to the mood of what it, ye jo second time it aaya, wahan pe bracket mein likho A for affection, matlab emotion. Likes or loathes, likes or hates, loathes matlab hates. Take a pause, look at this one line once again. It's a beautiful line, the reality of life. Your emotions dominate your actions. Your emotions control your actions to the tune of what your emotions likes or hates. Simply put, if your emotion is of loving someone, your actions will show that love. If your emotion is of hating someone, your actions will dictate that. Your actions will show that hatred. You look irritated, you'll do things in order to hurt that person. That's because you hate that person. Itna samjha? Now you know where he's getting at. Kya bolne ki try kara? Thoda, the jigsaw puzzles start fitting now. All right. He says, now for your answer, for all you guys, whatever you've been wondering about, as there is no firm reason, firm matlab specific, as there's no specific reason to be given, rendered matlab given, why a person, he matlab a random person, why a person can't abide a gaping pig. Ek minute, Aman tu bahar hai kya? सही उसको बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट सीन करा उसको बोलना 10 मिनट रुक जा प्लीज सही 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 जल्दी में हाँ तो चिल मार थैंक्स as there's no particular specific reason to be given, rendered is given, why he, the words he over here na ja bhi he dikh raha abhi, that means a random person. Why a person can't abide matlab can't stand, can't tolerate a gaping pig. Why a person can't tolerate a harmless necessary cat. Now this necessary, underline the word necessary, they won't ask you in the exam, but in case you're curious, so why is the cat called necessary? It's because we are talking about Venice. Venice was a city infested with rats. Being a city of lakes, it had rats all over. So in order to control the rats, they needed cats. So cats are a necessary creature in Venice, all right? So they're harmless also. So he says, why a person would hate a harmless necessary cat? Why a person would hate a woolen bagpipe? But this is the reason. Off, put it in brackets, off se. Off mein bracket start kar. Off force must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended. Bracket shut. I know you didn't understand the line, but I'm telling you it's one of the most amazing lines of Merchant of Venice. Off forced must yield to such inevitable shame as to offend himself being offended. The translation of this line, word for word, is on the side. And that's what you'll write in the exam also when they ask you this. So draw an arrow to footnotes 57 to 59. I can't explain this in a simpler manner than is already given. So I'm going to read it for you. When he himself is offended, unlike the word he himself, write down people like Shylock. People like Shylock. Unlike the word offended, abused. He is compelled. He, matlab, people like Shylock are compelled matlab forced to react in such a shameful manner. Unlike the word shameful, again, somehow draw an arrow. Ja jagah dikhti hai wahan arrow draw karo aur likho act of taking a pound of flesh. Act of taking a pound of flesh. He himself is offended. He is forced to react in such a shameful manner that he must give offense. And then give offense, punish others. Unlike others, who does others become in this context?
Antonio.
People like Antonio, correct. Now I'm going to explain to you in case this still wasn't simple for you. Shylock says, nobody has a particular reason as to why they dislike something. Even us right now on screen, everybody has their own dislikes and fears. People are scared of cockroaches or disgusted by cockroaches. People are scared of rats or scared of lizards or water or anything else. We all have our own phobias. We all have our own dislikes. There's no particular reason why we dislike something. But we must have had a horrible memory, because babies, when we are born without fear. We are born without any emotion. Then the emotions start developing. Shylock is saying that these people must have been in some or the other way abused or had a traumatic experiences with these creatures, which is what led them to hate these creatures. In my case also, the amount of abuse that Antonio has rendered, the amount of abuse that Antonio has given me, has made me into this shameless, miserable person who's willing to take a human being's pound of flesh. I know it's not something I should be proud of. I'm doing a shameful activity. Shylock is admitting to it. He's saying taking a pound of someone's flesh is shameful. But I'm forced to react in this way because of whatever abuse and offense Antonio has given me. He has created this monster that is me. I'm forced to react in this way because my emotions are controlling my actions. And the only emotion I feel for Antonio right now is utter disgust and hatred for all that he has done to me. Did everybody understand this? Sure? All right, let's look at the dialogue again. All right. So can I give no reason? Nor will I not. Nor I will not. I'm not even going to give any more reason. Can I give no reason? If you've not understood me until now, there's no point in me saying anything. Hence, you will not understand it further. More than a lodged hate, unlike lodged hate, deep hatred, and a certain loathing and a certain dislike that I bear Antonio, that I have for Antonio. Which is why I follow a losing suit, unlike losing suit, an unprofitable case. The word losing suit is an unprofitable trial. Shylock is not earning anything out of this. So he says, but I'm still willing to pursue it. Are you answered now? Are you now satisfied with my answer? Go through it. Shanti. Chalo. Love you guys. Take care. Stay safe for a week. Stay alive. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.